Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Nuisance back at it again with another video. And today, guys, I decided to switch it up. Today we're gonna be talking about what is a narcissist and 9 signs that you're dealing with a narcissist. Honestly, this is a newfound thing for me too. Honestly, I heard the word floating around a long time. Like just out there in the open. You know what I'm saying? People be like, "Oh, you're a narcissist. You like yourself too much, or this, and that, or you only think about yourself. You're a narcissist." I do have to believe there has to be a bit of self love for every single person. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't mean that you're necessarily a narcissist. You could care about people. You could really want the best for people, but if you put yourself first, that shouldn't be looked as a bad thing. So yeah, we're gonna look up the definition of narcissist. So we're gonna put this on the big screen. And yeah, okay. What is a narcissist? Narcissist. What is a narcissist? When someone posts one too many selfies on their social media or talks about themselves constantly during the first date, you might call them a narcissist. But a true narcissist is someone who has narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, cool. That didn't really answer my question. Um, Signs of narcissism. That could be better. Sense of entitlement. A common sign of people with narcissism is the belief that they are superior to others and they deserve special treatment. Manipulative behavior, which is number two. Another common trait of narcissism is manipulative or controlling behavior. Need for admiration and lack of empathy. They basically lack of empathy just means that they don't really care about other people's feelings like that. I've dealt with this before, different people, different situations. Um, I definitely had certain moments of narcissism. I can't even like say I'm exempt from this. I do empathize with people, but it's sometimes I just really don't care because it's just like whatever, you know what I'm saying? People don't necessarily care about my feelings or whatever, so I just be like whatever, I don't care about their feelings. Um what I can say though is like narcissism really affects a lot of people, and it's a thing about a narcissist, right? My friend was telling me like if I asked him one time, "Do you think I'm a narcissist?" You know what I'm saying? Because I caught myself like talking about myself a lot and kind of bragging and like like fitness journey and stuff like that. And I had to humble myself at one point. He was like, "No, like you genuinely do care about people and you genuinely do want to see the best for people. So I don't think you're a narcissist." Um, it's something that I do kind of check. I keep in check just to make sure that I'm not going overboard. I think anybody could be a narcissist when they go overboard. I feel like if there's a healthy balance, you could do some stuff with that. You could really learn how to even it out. But I got a video for you guys too. This channel is called Sight to Go, and it's 9 signs that someone is a narcissist. So yeah, I'm about to share this video right now, and we're gonna watch it together. All right, so I'm gonna play it.
The signature characteristics of many personality disorders can be quite unpleasant, such as the case of narcissistic personality disorder. Interacting with an MPD sufferer can be confusing, frustrating, and even hurtful. The MPD individual will often overlook or ignore many of these traits that make them unlikable. Here are 9 signs which may be a result of narcissism. 1. Instead of listening, they're wrapped up in their own opinion. Ever
I feel like that's a lot of people. Like a lot of people go through that though. Like that's not just a narcissistic person. Like a lot of people when they talk, I feel like most people try to get their agenda out, and then by the time they realize that the other person has gotten their opinion out, or they told what they wanted to tell, they don't even know what the topic of the conversation is even on anymore. You know what I'm saying? Because they were so busy trying to get their thought out. They're like, I don't know.
felt looked down upon or ignored, even though that person was in no position to do so? You might have encountered a sign of narcissism. Their perception leads them to believe what you have to say isn't important, so they
Yeah.
blank it out. Rather than actively listening and integrating in discussions, they treat all conversations as a platform to present their ideas only, which they think are the only ideas worth listening to. 2. They tend to cheat in relationships. Narcissists feel they're treasures that are too good for anyone. Bring this attitude into a relationship, and you have lightning waiting to strike.
I feel like I dealt with somebody like that. Like I really have. Like it was like somebody who, like initially, like when we first started, like it was cool. You know what I'm saying? It was like cool and everything, this and that. But I just noticed that certain people just start to take you for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like certain people just like they'll look at you like we were supposed to meet up one day, right? Me and this girl, we were supposed to meet up one day, right? This is back when before my girl, right? And basically we were supposed to meet one day, and you know what I'm saying? She's all acting like she's all ready for the day, she's all excited and this and that. And then I noticed that the dynamic started to change to where like she was trying to make me chase her. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to make me like, oh, this and that. You don't want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a vibe she gave off. You know, when it's certain vibes, and you know when somebody's trying to set the tone for a different vibe, and it's like, oh, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to, nah, it's this is way too much. It's way too much. Yeah, let's just keep continuing.
Cheating is often a way for narcissists to build their ego. Author Caterina Valentini at Psychology Today says that narcissists are incapable of forming any kind of normal relationship and will wreak havoc in partners' lives. Betraying someone and leaving them in great grief gives a narcissist a rush of power.
Mm.
3. They constantly need to be admired. If you've seen a narcissist, maybe you've seen that they almost swagger.
Yeah, I don't like that shit. Like constant admiration and stuff like that, and constant affirmation. Like I just don't like doing that shit. Like that's just a me thing, you know. I don't like to constantly give affirmation. I don't like constantly like having to, you know, be up under a person. Yes, I have times where I do feel, you know, like everybody wants to feel love. Everybody wants to cuddle a little bit sometimes, you know. And I don't care if you say, yo, you the hardest nigga out there and this is not, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, everybody needs that one person or that one moment where they could be vulnerable with somebody, you know what I'm saying? But constantly with the attention and this is not like I've been in a couple of relationships like that, and it never works. It never works because it's like what you do for the other person will never be enough. It's just like they just keep taking until you start to literally feel drained. You walk in the room sometimes and they may be there and you're just like you seen you're like you're the worst teacher in the world. You know how you walked in the class and the teacher's there that you don't like, and you just be like, here we go again. That's how you start to feel.
Losing conceit and arrogance with every breath. They may look like they possess tremendous confidence, but it's not enough. They need constant admiration. The delusion of always being entitled to admiration is why people around them often find themselves emotionally drained. To them, there's no greater rush than being put on a pedestal and worshipped by their fans and followers. 4. They do not take any criticism well. Have you ever commented
I
on
hate
something
that shit.
someone said and they lashed out at you? Maybe the reaction was more hostile than expected.
Exactly. Like if you can't take criticism, then don't be mad when you fall flat on your face, to be honest, because that shit is really annoying. Like if I am telling you something to better yourself and you throw it back at me and try to lash out at me, that's number one, the quickest way to make somebody to hate you. And number two, you lose trust with people like that. You know what I'm saying? Now I can't trust you to be vulnerable with you. I can't pull you to the side and be like, hey man, your hair is a little uneven. Hey, you're not, you know what I'm saying? Your belt is unbuckled or something like that. Something little, something minor or something major. You know what I'm saying? I can't even pull you aside for the minor shit. How can I do the major shit? And that's what causes a lot of divide because people think that you're personally attacking them. No, I'm not personally attacking you. I'm just trying to see the best for you. But let's continue.
They think they're superior to others around them and believe themselves to be infallible. They react poorly, maybe yelling, throwing a tantrum, or with another unreasonable response when they perceive what you've said might be criticism. 5. They exploit others without guilt or shame.
I hate that.
Narcissism and empathy don't go hand in hand. Narcissists are unwilling to see the world from the perspective of others. As a result, they're able to exploit others without any feeling of remorse. They can manipulate people to fulfill their own needs without regard for the consequences that their actions may have on others. 6.
Damn, that's messed up too. Because this is why being a nice person in this world is not suitable. It's not, because if you're overly nice, if you have no backbone, if you have no type of structure or rules about you and no standard where you can't say no to something, this is what happens. You run into narcissistic people who will take advantage of you. And just like in the workplace, you know what I'm saying, that nice person who always wants to help everybody. Oh, word, he wants to help everybody. Cool. Let him do this. Let him do that. Let him do that. And they'll run you rampant until you're tired, until you're broken down. And then they'll try to act like, oh, what's wrong? They know what's wrong. They worked you to death. You know what I'm saying? But it's just, I think that's just human nature. People like to take advantage of the weaklings. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you have a certain aura about yourself and you have a certain presence, people don't fuck with you because they know, like, oh, that person, yeah, he's about it. He's about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll defend himself. Let's move on to somebody weaker. Let's continue.
They belittle others.
Mm.
The narcissist thinks they're the best and brightest, so seeing proof that dictates otherwise, like someone who is more talented than they are at a particular activity, is a rude shock. The response is to make sure that the person is below them, where the narcissist feels most others belong.
Damn.
They try to be dismissive about the other person, to show that they don't really even care about them. And if that doesn't work, they resort to personal attacks.
I dealt with this shit, bro. I've dealt with this shit personally, bro. I had an ex, bro. Like, when I first started doing my fitness journey and shit like that, she literally was like trying to belittle my shit so much. Like, I told her I was so happy because I thought she would be happy for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to change my life. I was like, yo, babe, like, I lost like 5 pounds. I lost 10 pounds today. I mean, this week. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, right. Yeah. I'm like, damn, like, why is she so cold? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to improve my life, and you know what I'm saying? I'm actually taking tangible steps to make things happen. And she's over here like, whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So I took that like personally, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of why I completed the journey too, because it was like, all right, I used that fuel or that fire, because I'm like, nah, ain't no way like she gonna act like I'm just a regular person. You know what I'm saying? And sure enough, you know what I'm saying, it made me who I am today. But that criticism really does, like, if you let it affect you, it will get you. It'd be like, damn, like, I'm not doing enough. Like, I don't know. She never will, accept it. You know what I'm saying? And it's not even girls, it's guys too. You know, guys will belittle you too. If like you have a fake friend in your area, you know what I'm saying, in your space or whatever, that's how you know if they fake, because every time you come to them with a great achievement, you know what I'm saying, they was just like, yeah, whatever, yeah, whatever. Somebody else say that shit, you know what I'm saying, that they really fuck with. Oh, my boy, we gotta go out tonight. We gotta celebrate. Ooh, fuck out of here, man. Let's go.
They belittle and intimidate the other person in order to assert their superiority over them. 7. They see themselves as more attractive than they really are. Despite the fact that everyone should feel attractive, there's a fine line between a healthy self-image and being delusional. This line is often crossed by narcissists.
Yeah, because if you were 6, don't think that you were 10. Like, come on. Like, you were 6, you're adjustable 7 or something like that. Stop thinking that you're a bad bitch. Stop thinking that you're 10 out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, you're way above like what your category is, you know what I'm saying? And that mostly, because mostly men, we know who we are. You know what I'm saying? We could lie to ourselves, but society will not lie to us. You know what I'm saying? Society is gonna tell us, oh, yeah, you're short. Yeah, your dick size, yeah, it's little. You know what I'm saying? Oh, your height, yeah, oh, you got bad odor, you got this, and you know what I'm saying? You got all this shit as a man that potentially be a problem, you know? And if you don't fix it, then it's considered a flaw, you know? But I feel like with women, like a lot of times they have the sisterhood, right? So if you try to shame one woman and stuff like that and tell her, oh yeah, she's a little bit on the heavier side, or she needs to, you know, get in the gym, get more fit, or maybe just do more with her life. It's like, how are you to compare, and like how dare you you know, make comparisons and talk about body shame people and stuff like that. And it's like, no, honestly, whatever happened to keeping people accountable? You know what I'm saying? It's cool to keep men accountable and stuff like that. But when it comes to like women and stuff too, I feel like there is a little bit of a barrier. There is a barrier that you can't really do that, you know? And I just wish that we all had an equal playing field so that the same way men get treated, the same way women get treated, you know? Shit like that. But that's just another topic for another day. Let's continue.
Who believe that they are exceptionally attractive regardless of having any
And it's
imperfections.
delusion.
The narcissist uses this perceived superior attractiveness to justify to themselves why they're too good for everyone.
Yeah.
8. They gaslight those who are dear to them. Have you ever noticed feeling that you can't remember anything correctly around a specific person? When you're with that person, do you feel a little like you've lost your mind? That's due to gaslighting, a tactic narcissists use in order to manipulate and gain power and control over those around them. Gaslighting is frightening because it's insidious. The manipulation is lengthy and gradual, so the victim doesn't notice it happening, like when you grow taller. The end result of the long-term gradual manipulation is the devastation of the victim. It can reduce the most healthy, confident person down to being a shaking, paranoid shell. The victim no longer believes they know what's real, so they adopt the reality of the abuser, giving the narcissist full control.
And there's so many ways that could happen too. Like you can feel like you're doing your best in a situation or a relationship or whatever, and then the person just make you feel like you're not good enough, and you're just like, damn, am I really not that good enough? And this is what they're talking about with the gaslighting. Like it's like slowly pulling that affection away and slowly starting to make you think that you're the reason and you're the cause and stuff like that. When I was dating this one girl in high school, bro, like I never knew what gaslighting was. You know what I'm saying? But I always kind of had in the back of my mind, like, I'm doing everything that I need to do, like not need to do, but everything that this person has asked me to do, and even beyond, I stepped beyond. You know what I'm saying? Playing the nice guy role. You know what I'm saying? And it fucked me over because I didn't know better. I didn't know better. Like I was doing everything. I was like, you know, pulling out chairs. Say, hey, how are you? Asking how the day was, and this and that. You know, being the extra nice guy, you know, like Hollywood likes to tell you to be and shit like that. And it's like, that shit does not work, man. You get gaslighted. You know what I'm saying? The person's like, yeah, that's what I like. That's what I like. They'll verbally tell you that's what they like. They don't like that shit. No, like I said, going back to the point before, nobody likes a nice guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're too fucking nice. You're too nice. You get stepped on. You get stepped on. Reality likes to step on nice people. You know what I'm saying? It's just I think it's just rules by nature. You know what I'm saying? Eat or get eaten. You know what I'm saying? I think that's really what it is. And when it comes to that, especially if you run into people that's narcissistic, they could spot a weakness. They could spot a weakness in your character, and you're like, oh, okay, he doesn't have that much confidence. Oh, okay. Instead of just leaving you be, some people will literally play with your feelings. You know what I'm saying? And then fuck around with somebody else on the side or do some other grimy shit, and you'll be like, damn, like they left you out to dry and shit. Yep. String you out to dry. But let's keep it going.
9. They put some people on pedestals. Our last sign seems oddly contradictory to the other signs, but it is very logical, and here's why. Narcissists believe that they have to have perfection in everything, including people they associate with.
Yeah.
A narcissist will often cozy up to someone higher in status, believing that their perfection will somewhat rub onto them. For example, that suck up in class who always gets the lecturer's full attention, or the brown noser at work who barely does any work but gets promotions. Do you or does anyone you know show these signs of narcissism? Tell us which sign or signs you find most helpful and why.
And that's so true. Like some people like that, like when it comes to like I always relate to relationships because that's the thing that I kind of relate to the most. Like you can see that person be very dismissive towards you and very like distant and don't want to, really interact with you and stuff like that. But then if it comes to a higher authority figure and this and that, like actually fuck relationships. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna relate this to work. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen this at the workplace a lot. People will get in cliques and stuff with people that they think is beneficial to them in their social groups and their social hierarchies. And then the people that's genuine, the people that genuinely like, they want to get to know that person or something like that, they shun them out. Or they treat them like shit and this and that. If they don't have any type of status, if they don't have any type of stature or anything like that, they just shun them out. But as soon as a manager walks in or something like that with high stature, doesn't matter if the manager treats them like shit. They'll chase after that validation. They'll chase after it. And this goes for people too that don't show them any type of affection or any type of affection. I'm gonna just go with that. Like with narcissists, what I noticed is that okay, if you want to play that game, okay, cool. I'll play the same game as well. And what happens is they could dish it, but they can't take it. And that's the definition of it because like they're so cool with, what I'm saying, like acting like they don't care and shit like that, or acting like they're too busy for you and this and that. And then when you do the same shit to them, it's just like, oh, why did you do that? And man, two could play that game, but it's signs that you have to be aware of because I'm gonna tell you like this: life is not fair. Life does not treat anybody fair, and it's up to us to navigate through this life and give us these tricks, tools, and guides to help us like navigate through all this bullshit. Everybody wishes that life was so peaceful and life is this and that. That's not real world. That's not the real world. You got to learn how to navigate through this cruel, cold world, especially as a man. Like, especially if you're a man watching this channel, you know this all too well. Like we got life on hard mode, man. We gotta keep our head on the swivel at all times, and shit like this, we gotta be socially aware of. But oh yeah, that's it for the video, man. It's your boy Nuisance, man, and I'll be back with another one, man. Peace.